All right, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the New York session. I hope you're doing well. So, this morning, the body is having a little bit of cold. So forgive me for my voice, and you're gonna hear me blowing my nose a little bit. Yeah. So here we have dollar index. Yesterday I was looking for this gap to hold and go lower, but they traded through it, which is now acting as support to send price back up again. So I think price is gonna make a new high, but we do have the CPI news at 1:30, so let's see how that will go. We have this level here, 98.25. Okay, 98.25. I think maybe price can reach for that level, 98.25, with the CPI news. Okay, so now it can go anywhere. It can go either up or down, but since the daily is moving higher, we're gonna anticipate a continuation to the upside here. Okay, and that means euro is gonna drop to the 50% level. So anticipate euro dropping to the 50% level, and yeah, British pound can also drop into this area. So again, British pound, look for a continuation to the downside. If we go above this, then obviously price has shifted, and then we look for bullish price action. But until then, we are looking for lower prices. Euro pound. Now euro pound, we did trade to that level that I mentioned yesterday, 0.86945. Today they've pulled back into this fair value gap with auto block, so buy here will not be bad. Looking for expansion to the upside, so maybe with the news event coming, this will be the best case scenario in terms of trade ideas for a buy. Let's see where it might reach for. Okay, so 0.86998, that is the level price can reach for. So you're gonna be potentially looking for a buy in here to continue going up. Like I said, forgive me, the body is just sometimes feeble. I don't know what I did, but for some reason I think I exposed the body too much. Okay, dollar yen, they came back into this gap and then expanded up. It looks to me that they're gonna take out this high from where we are. it looks to me they're gonna take out that high. 148.032 with the news event. So again, we are looking for continuation to the upside. So dollar yen with the news event. Now if they take it and reject, then we can start looking for a potential sell, but until then we are looking for continuation to the upside. Okay, gold, okay, it's doing exactly what I was gonna say. I think they traded to this gap and this last down candle, and we're seeing a rejection. I think gold can start moving lower. We were supposed to take out previous day's low, hence expect a continuation to the downside on gold. That was a perfect entry. I think I missed it. This low to this high. It came to OTE, and then we're gonna attack this low. We can probably drop all the way down to here because that's the next. They've already dipped into this, so somewhere here that could be the next draw on liquidity. But you know, it's CPI, you never know, it's unpredictable. So but if I'm gonna do anything, I'll rather sell. Okay, yeah, so I'm looking for that continuation to the downside on gold. Ideally, based on what I'm seeing, at least minimum they're gonna take out previous day's low, this one here. So that's the bare minimum that I would expect of gold, and then once they take out that low, you'll see what's gonna happen next. Crude oil. Now with crude oil, I think yesterday I was looking for a continuation to the upside, but right after our session, this candle happened, and then immediately I switched to attack this low. So instead of looking for the buy, I actually sold short to attack this equal low, because on the lower time frame, that was a perfect market maker sell model, where this whole move after the rejection showed me they were gonna come for this equal low. So I sold short right here, right in here, to attack this equal low. Now today I'm expecting a continuation to the downside, simply because on the weekly, okay, I think I spoke about this gap. Now maybe sometimes when you listen to me, you might think I have conflicting ideas, but I don't. I just listen to the market. Whatever the market tells me, that is what I follow. So the reason why I switched is because this was still a weekly gap. Okay, I was expecting them to go higher a little bit more, but since it's a weekly gap and they've reacted off from it with that big drop here, especially with this candle, right? It was showing intention of what price wants to do, and with this big drop here, the market is showing intention that it wants to go lower, because these big drops always is a sign that price wants to go down. All right, so that is why I'm expecting last week's low to be the next draw on liquidity. It can pull back, but if it does pull back, I'll be expecting last week low as the draw on liquidity. So 65.40 is the next draw on liquidity. So today, New York session, I'll be hunting for a potential sell. And then finally, ES, I think we spoke about this gap, that if they trade through it, then they're gonna go higher. They eventually went above it, I think, during the New York session right here, but I didn't do anything with it. So far I've not done much with the ES, simply because it's not doing what I'm expecting. I think I only got one trade of it, probably somewhere here, yeah, to trade there, and then that's about it. Apart from that, I haven't done much with it. I'm still waiting because it's stuck in a small consolidation since last week, so I'm waiting for maybe a push away, and then I'm waiting for a push away from either down or up, leaving a gap. Then I'm convinced we're gonna, based on the daily and weekly, it's likely gonna continue, but we've just come above this old high here, so we just need to be patient with it and then see what price will do. Okay, so yes, patient. Maybe this New York session, if you see a big rejection, especially on the 1 hour, okay, something like this, but on the 1 hour, then you might be looking for them to come and attack some of these lows. Okay, so wait for the New York session, and you want to see one big drop away from maybe this low, right? That will give this low as a breaker. So even if right now, because we've got about 40 minutes before the New York session, if this candle can close through it, then there's a high probability the next 1 hour candle will follow through, probably trade into this one, and then maybe even down here. Okay, because if we are in a consolidation, they will be taking highs and then coming down to take lows, going up to take highs, and then coming down to take lows. That's what it will do in a consolidation, and so far they've taken out this high then came and took out this low, then back to this high. So if we get a rejection, then the probability is they'll be coming for a low. Okay, so that's that as well. So yeah, a lot of what is going to happen is going to depend on the CPI news. So patient. Let's see how that CPI news is gonna react. That will give us more clarity as to what to do next. I think it'll be there. It's what will set the stage for a move for this week. Okay, so let's quickly go over to the Bitcoin cryptocurrencies, and then we'll come back and observe the CPI. So with Bitcoin, I think yesterday couldn't close bullish, but the upside still remains. We've not switched yet. Maybe they might drop back down into this gap again, so watch that. It comes in at 2905. Maybe they might dip into it one more time before expanding up, or they will just stay in that consolidation and then expand one more time. So it looks like this will be our first consolidation, and then initial consolidation, and then this might be first area of accumulation. So we do have, I think, room to go. So wait for either on the H4 something like this, a gap to form, or a down candle to be closed above. That's what you're waiting for, and once you get that, that's when you can actually look for a buy. Sorry, that was not Bitcoin, that was Ethereum. That's why. This is Bitcoin. Yeah, so Bitcoin, I think that also has a gap over here, so watch that. We might dip into it and then expand up again. Now the same thing, you're looking for a H4 gap or a H4 down candle with an immediate close. That is your key, that is your clue for the continuation to the upside. If you don't see that, don't do anything. Okay, if you don't see that, don't do anything. Wait for that price action to happen first before you engage. Okay, I think I've talked about the Ethereum as well. It might also expand up, so wait for that same condition. Wait for a down candle to be closed above, or a H4 fair value gap to be formed to the upside. That is your key for the buy. Solana, same thing. Oops, let's go to the daily. It did fell short of that level 169.06. I think they will come back for it. A run below this low is probable. This low here, 157.87. 157.87. It can even go as low as this gap here and then continue going higher. The most important thing is we do not close below the previous day's low, previous week low. Okay. XRP, I think XRP did reach that, but pulling back. Now with what is happening, I think it will just be a reaccumulation taking place. Price is just reaccumulating. It will expand one more time again. Price does not go up in a straight line, as you all know, so sometimes it will create a down candle, and I think that is what all of them is going through. So just be patient, like I'm saying. Wait for that particular candle, okay, that H4 auto block or H4 fair value gap to form, and then you get in. Hype, we are not doing anything with it so far. And then AI16Z, I think the gap is still open. They've not closed through it. Ideally they should stay above this and then go higher. If anything, they should leave this one open. They shouldn't come for that. So again, watch for a H4 fair value gap or H4 down candle with immediate close. Once you see that, then we are good to go to the upside one more time. Okay, and then Chatsky, that one is also pulling back or creating the first down candle. So wait for, I think all of that is gonna be watching Bitcoin. So watch Bitcoin for the confirmation before you start looking for the buy. Okay. So I think the crypto market is in a accumulation phase, so you can sit back, relax, and let them confirm that they're going back up again before you get back in, if you want to get back in. Now let's turn our attention to the currency market, and then we've got about 3 minutes before the CPI news. So we're gonna be observing the CPI news. Like I said, I think they're gonna take it up. Now, if they go up and then immediately reject, I'll wait for another 5 minutes after the news. Then we see how the news is gonna affect price. If we go up and then immediately reject and we stay down, then like I said, they will be going lower. But we are still following the daily. So with the daily, you're looking for higher prices. Okay, so within the next 1 minute and 20 seconds, price will show us its intention, and then we go with it. So let's wait. I'm gonna mute myself, and then once the news is out, after 5 minutes, I'll come back, and then I'll give you my point of view. Then we close for today. Again, I apologize. The body is not. Yeah. The body needs healing. Okay. Okay, okay. Um, like I said, if they send it down, then that's manipulation. They will send it back up. I wanted them to take out these lows here. It couldn't do that, but if they can go below it, that would be great before going back up, because we have clinical lows in here, and then we have clinical highs in here. So sending it down before up, it's a clear sign of manipulation. So expect price to now rise up. I think British pound will be a good sell. They'll break this down candle. If it breaks this down candle, let me put it that way, you can sell short, use that as a breaker. That's if they break it. Okay, just wait for the if they break it, then you can sell it to attack yesterday's low, this low here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do, because I would have expected them to go up. So if they send it down, that's manipulation, and that's how you sometimes will know when price is being manipulated or a real move is unfolding. Based on the daily, we are supposed to be going up, right? So the news going down, that's manipulation, taking everybody out, especially with these clinical highs in here. Okay, so expect dollar to now rise up, and euro, pound, gold to drop. Okay, and then based on how the day closes, I think tomorrow would be a best day for some trade ideas. So let's wait till tomorrow. I mean, today you can take gold to attack this low, euro or pound to attack the low. This, they've already sent it up. That was manipulation to buy to go up. That was a nice one. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you same time tomorrow for another session. Fingers crossed, by tomorrow the body will feel better. I'm fine, the body is not fine. So fingers crossed, by tomorrow the body is feeling better, and then we'll see what we can do. So have a good day, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Take care.